Hello folks, welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night, and I'm recording a regular video instead of on stream for a change. So it'll be a while since you've heard me say that, but today's video is just, honestly, to ask a question of you guys. I just kind of want your opinion. I just want to get your sort of feelings on something. Most of you probably couldn't care less, but quite often, if I'm struggling making a decision, as a friend of mine has pointed out, I'll ask people what they think I should do. And it's not always because I'm going to do exactly what they recommend. It's quite often because sometimes I just need someone else to point out what I should do before I know how I actually feel about it. I'm sure some of you have come across that before. So, as most of you know, since January, I have been live streaming on Mixer. And most of my videos from Mixer have then been uploaded to YouTube, or I've uploaded bits of them. I've been trying to cut it down a little bit so that I'm not spending so much time in the edit, and it is working at the moment, at least while I've been playing Just Cause 4 on the stream. It's allowing me to get things done, so I'm now starting to write ultimate reviews again and things like that. But just as I'm starting to get comfortable on Mixer, it's beginning to occur to me that it might not actually be the best place for me to be. The reason I say that is because those of you who remember the sort of thought process that I went through when trying to decide between Twitch and Mixer and YouTube, YouTube was out the door straight away simply because I was trying to exist on more than one platform. So live streaming on YouTube kind of makes the whole thing pointless, really. So it was always between Twitch and Mixer, and I went with Mixer for several reasons at the time. Mixer seemed to be doing all the right things. They seemed to be growing. They seemed to be at a point where they were really, really pushing new streamers and really trying to put their platform out there more than they ever had before. They just grabbed Ninja, they just grabbed Shroud, and everything seemed to be going in the right direction. And Twitch seemed rather stagnant. But shortly after that, as I'm sure some of you at least must know, Mixer had a change of management. So they have a new CEO at Mixer. The new CEO has showed that she doesn't seem to have an awful lot of compassion for human beings. So that's one thing. It's a very minor thing. Basically, the decision to go to Mixer was based on several things. One was we wanted to be able to co-stream. That was kind of the biggest one. However, having tried that several times, particularly for me, who wants to then make the streams into edited videos to upload to YouTube in the hopes of saving myself time there, co-streaming creates all kinds of technical difficulties, which, although it's possible to get around them, just add a ton more time to your workload. So that kind of defeated the object of me streaming in the first place. So now that we've toyed with that a little bit and decided that that's not really the way to go, co-streaming as a reason for being on Mixer is out of the window. Another was FTL streaming, which I've learned actually today. A friend of mine, Mike Bronner, who's one of my subscribers here, has learned that FTL streaming is all very well and good as long as you and the people who are watching you are in the same region. If not, it causes a really serious lag, like as much as 30 seconds, according to one of my other subs. So yeah, there's a pretty serious lag, and that does cause some, it's not a major problem, but it does cause some discrepancies when the people in the chat watching me are from different locations, different regions. One of them will say something, the others won't know it's happened until, the chat will update and then the video will update. So that's a bit of an issue. So that's kind of out of the window now as a thing. Another one was discoverability. At the time that I made this decision, Twitch was, and still is, really, really big, really sort of oversaturated platform. Mixer sort of focused a little bit more on gaming. And the discoverability on live streams is quite difficult anyway. As you'll know, YouTube videos are where you want to be for discoverability, and the idea is to, hopefully take some people with you to your live streams from some other platform that you're on that's more discoverable. But At the time, with Mixer being quite small, it seemed likely that discoverability was just that little bit more likely on Mixer than it is on Twitch. However, Twitch is now addressing this issue to some extent. You know, they've still got a serious problem. Discoverability on live streams is still an issue, but Twitch are now adding channel trailers. So you can make channel trailers to allow people to sort of drop in, search for channels of your type, and see exactly what your channel is about from a trailer that you make. Mixer isn't doing anything of the kind. As far as I'm able to find out, there's nothing in the pipeline, as far as I can see, to offer people more sort of discoverability. And so, you know, all of those things put together, it's kind of done away with most of the reasons that I chose Mixer over Twitch in the first place. And that would be okay. I'd probably just stick with what I've got if it wasn't for the fact that one of the other reasons was that I heard how amazing the Mixer community was, how friendly they are, how helpful. And so, since Mixer introduced auto-hosting, I have been trying to decide who to host because I don't follow many Mixer streamers. I honestly don't really have all that much time to watch streams with the video and my day job and making streams as well. But one of the things that when I discovered through the auto-hosting route was that there was really only one other person that I kind of wanted to host, because what I wanted to do was host people who were similar to myself, you know, people who weren't interested in being absolutely the best out there. They weren't interested in constant FPS games or, you know, competition and winning above all else and taking it too seriously. What I wanted to do was sort of make people laugh a bit and have fun, and that is still my goal. I figure there have to be other streamers out there that are like that, but I've reached out to the Mixer community several times to ask for recommendations, and every time I've asked, I haven't heard a single word. Not one single person on Mixer has shouted up and said, yes, I recommend this person. It's just deathly silence. Yet when I ask this question that I'm asking of you guys now, in other words, should I stick with Mixer or go over to Twitch, I got a bunch of responses from Twitch streamers on Twitter. You know, some of whom I knew, some of whom I did not, and people who actually, you know, Twitch viewers. But I got not a single one from a Mixer viewer. Again, so I'm not entirely persuaded by this Mixer community is much better than the Twitch community argument. I'm not entirely sure I believe it. The amount of followers I now have on Mixer would make me a Twitch affiliate by now, or at least make me eligible to apply for the Twitch affiliate program. But on Mixer, I get absolutely nothing. So there's nothing to be gained from that. And there's all sorts of little things like your channel design and stuff like that that appeal to me about Twitch. But the main thing that made me start thinking about it, as I said, was because when it comes to hosting other channels, most of the people that I know that I would like to host and that have similar channels to mine, similar sense of humor, and that are similar channels, meaning that people would find me through them and find them through me, most of those people are over on Twitch. And, you know, I can't host them because it's a completely different platform. So this is what's made me think about the whole thing. This is what this video is about. And this is what I'm hoping you guys can sort of help me with. I think you can probably tell which way I'm leaning at this point, but I really would like your input. So if I'm going to make this change between Mixer and Twitch, it's going to be very, very soon. So if I'm going to make it at all, it's going to be in the next 3 weeks. Because I want to do this before the next major game I'm planning to play is released. And the next major game I'm planning to play as it's released is Tripwire's Maneater, which I've spoken about on here and in the stream many times. So I want to do it soon. I want to do it before I sort of gain any more followers on Mixer. I want to do it while the streaming channel at least, is still quite small. And, you know, I'm just hoping to get your input. What are your reasons? If you think I should stick with Mixer or you think I should go over to Twitch, you know, let me know in the comments. Let me know your reasons. I really, really would appreciate your help. I know that most people, when I ask these kind of questions on the channel, don't really get involved for the most part. But, you know, if you have the time just to write a comment or you've got any thoughts, I really would appreciate it. I know most of the followers, the regulars at least, that I have on Mixer have said, you know, they'd be quite happy to follow me over to Twitch. Most of them don't really care where I stream, but one or two of them have said they'd prefer it on Twitch. And I've had one or two people, since I announced I was going to start live streaming, in the comments here on YouTube on various videos when I've talked about it, saying they probably would watch me if it was on Twitch, but they don't really bother with Mixer. So, you know, that's another problem that I've been having. So please leave your comments, leave your thoughts. It doesn't have to be much, you know, you don't have to go into great detail. Just a quick comment letting me know what you think. And that's all I've got time for. So, you know, you can follow me on Twitter at @knights_arcade, as usual. You know, head over there. I'm often talking about these things. Follow me over there if you want to. It was always really helpful. I kind of chat with these things out there. I put these little tweets out asking these sorts of questions. And the more followers I have, particularly from the channel, the better the response I'm going to get to those questions. But if you don't do that sort of thing, you know, just leave a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you do want to check out my stream, at the moment, it's on Mixer. The days certainly will not change. I will still, regardless of whether I'm on Mixer or Twitch, it will still be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time on Monday and Wednesday, and currently at 9:30 Greenwich Mean Time on Fridays. So, you know, 20:30 GMT, Mondays and Wednesdays, 21:30 GMT, Fridays. That's all I've got time for now, but until next time, from Knights Arcade, this is Sleepless Night saying nighty-night.